All right, here we go with part 3. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, we need a win. Part 1 was pretty good. Part 2 was a disaster, and now we're on to part 3. This is an $800+ haul. I don't even remember what we paid for it now, but we divided it into four parts. It was a little less than $2 a fig, I think, is what we decided, all in, which is about the number we shoot for. And part 2 was, not good situation. So we're rooting for some wins here. What is up, everybody? My name is Aaron. I'm the Brick Scavenger. Let's go treasure hunting, shall we? We are looking for fun Lego minifigures. We got an R2. I think that's a Mary Jane. Oh, you can't see that. Mary Jane right there. I'm going to angle us down a little bit more. If you guys are interested in any of the stuff that you see here, we sell on Whatnot and we sell on Bricklink. Links to both of those are in the description. Again, we paid, like about $2 a fig for this stuff, and we'll sell the vast majority of it. Look at that, like, blowfish helmet. That's fun. There's an Outrider to add to the army. So obviously we're trying to double our money, and profits go towards funding this Lego habit. That does not look right. Oh, man, there's a lot of fake stuff in this. Wait, what? Is that good? Wait. That really does not look right. Maybe it's just new. Is this a new... I can't tell on this one. That's interesting. Wow. It looks shiny and weird. All right. So let's take you guys over here. We're making videos. We might as well. So I have this thing right here. It's like a magnifying glass. This really does not look right. But it's got a magnifying glass and it's also got a light on it. So we can go look through here like this. I'm not sure you're going to be able to see this, but I'll be able to see it better. Yeah, that's fake. Yeah. Okay. A lot easier to see in the bright light and the magnifying glass, at least for my old eyes. So yeah. Ninjago has remade some of those older figs, so that's why I was a little bit fooled on this one. Look at this guy. I assume this is Lloyd, maybe. There's way too much Ninjago in this haul for my liking, but is that a good Ninjago? I don't know. I don't really know Ninjago. Hey, there's a good piece. Look at that. Ayla Secura's hairpiece. Like that a lot. There's a Modoc. Nice. You don't see Modoc very often. That's fun. There's a penguin right there. All right, not bad. Stormtroopers, super fake thing. Some kind of TIE pilot helmet anyway. Not much else to speak of. Spider-Man, there's a Spider-Man, there's some castle figs. These castle torsos can be, $4 a piece. I mean, the knights themselves go for 10. So the torso's really the most unique part of it, really, because the helmets are not all that unique and the heads aren't that unique either. So, these torsos, if you find these torsos, you can basically add anything to them and make most of a $10 night anyway. Let's see. There is, oh gosh, I forgot his name. Moroff, I think. He's missing his backpack, but honestly, I don't really care because I don't ever sell the backpack and I don't sell full figs. This is a good time to mention that these parts will be on Bricklink, but I only sell them in parts. I don't sell full figs on Bricklink, so that way if your Moroff is, missing the torso or the legs are chewed on or something, maybe you can complete your Moroff when I post this. So feel free to check out that Bricklink store for that. I don't know what the heck that is. Tons and tons of parts in there. Some friends. There's a knight of some kind, a shield, super battle droids, stuff like that. If we paid $2 a fig, really you got to find, some decent home runs. When you start getting it down towards $1.50, that's when you're okay finding a lot of $5 figs. But when you get upwards of that $2 per fig, that's when you really want to find, more really high quality figs. And this lot just hasn't produced that so far. That's a fun pilot. I don't know if it's a good pilot or not. There's too many pilots for me to keep them all straight. But anyway, that one's an olive green one. There is some kind of snow trooper or something. A bomb squad helmet there. Let's see. Oh no, more fake stuff. Got another pilot. We got a Black Panther. We got another knight. Some bad guys from Ninjago, stormtroopers. Not much to speak of there. I don't know. Maybe I just gambled and missed on this haul. There's a Corvus Glaive. That's a super fun fig right there. Looks like it's even got the tattered cape. There's a knight. There's a clone helmet. All right, so there's parts and pieces of things that are doing okay. That looks like a Star-Lord torso, but otherwise not much. You know, sometimes the pictures that a seller will put up there, maybe a bag of stuff, and they don't even open the bag. They just take a picture of the bag. So, you know, like 80% of what's in the bag is completely blind. That happens, you know, sometimes. And you just got to, based on what you can see and based on sort of your personality and how much risk you're willing to take on, make a decision if you're, you know, what your max bid's going to be. There's a Jack. That's a fun little fig right there. Not a lot of people have that one. It's not easy to find. Let's see, not much to speak of. An old school Hermione, I think, is what that was. You know, and I sort of was taking a gamble on this one, and it didn't work out so far anyway. Hopefully it's, you know, it's not over yet, but hopefully it's going to be okay. Oh, look at that head right there. Look at that head. I think that's an old man Rex head, maybe. I think that's it. Or is that from one of the Endor Rebels? I don't know. Maybe it's the same thing. I'm not sure. I think my daughter just got home from school. The dog's going nuts. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. Let's see. There's a P2 clone gunner, I believe is what that is. Let's see. This haul's, you know, got some parts and pieces in it that are pretty good. Like those clone legs are pretty good. That clone torso's pretty good. That helmet I showed you is pretty good. You know, so that, you know, that makes $15 fig kind of thing. And so those will add up if you get enough of them. But handfuls like this are just a disaster, you know. Let's see. That one didn't feel right either. That's because it's not. Another fakie. Okay, let's keep going. Maybe there's still some gold in here. Maybe there's still some gold. Let's see. Look at that thing. Look at that thing right there. There's some more castle. I need to be more disciplined in when I'm purchasing to not buy stuff that's got a lot of Ninjago in it. And it's not because Ninjago is bad. It's because I refuse to deal with Ninjago. There are people out there who, you know, specialize in Ninjago and do very well buying up Ninjago. But I'm just not willing to take the time to find all the pieces and match them all up and everything. And so I'm really not getting good value out of the Ninjago. I'm selling it for super cheap. And therefore, if a lot has a lot of Ninjago in it, I just need to be more disciplined and not buy it. It's hard. It's hard because it's fun. You know, the treasure hunt, oh my gosh. The treasure hunt piece of it is really fun. And so when I see a haul that's going for a price that, you know, mostly makes me happy, it's hard to be disciplined enough to not buy it. Oh, there's that cap with that expensive head. Yeah, I think that's the expensive head cap. The problem with that, I dropped the Kashyyyk torso. That's good stuff. There's a Vision. That is the yellow dot Vision, and that cape, that shiny cape's expensive. There's a Donatello. Nice. Good pickup there. This haul's going to be okay. I think so far this haul's going to be okay. It's not going to be stellar because we haven't found a bunch of, you know, like $50 figs. But it's going to be okay because there's, you know, some decent stuff in here. There's a rhino. But here's the thing, right? Every time I buy a Ninjago haul for like $200, let's say, because the price is good or whatever, that's $200 that I don't have to spend on a haul tomorrow, right? And that's the biggest problem. The biggest problem is, do you have kind of the funds to... There's one of those old evil woos. I think that's a pretty good fig. There's a what's his name? Nick Fury. So, you know, you've got to decide, like, how much are you willing to have in inventory versus, that looks like another very fake Ninjago fig. That looks like that is Scarlett Johansson there. How much inventory are you willing to sit on versus having liquid cash available to buy more stuff? And if you're kind of patiently waiting to maximize the value on every first order trooper or every Ninjago fig, you end up with a lot of plastic in your house, right? And yes, you might get an extra 50 cents or $1 when it eventually does sell. But what you have then less of is cash to be able to buy the next haul that comes around. So my point being, every time I buy up a haul that has a ton of Ninjago in it, I end up with a bunch of Ninjago in my house that I don't want to deal with. I'm not maximizing the value on it, but it is, you know, inventory that could be converted into cash for me to buy a haul that maybe I'm more interested in. So I don't know. That was a long-winded answer, but anyway, I should probably be more disciplined. Is that Flama's head? I think that's maybe Flama's head right there. That's a mix and match of stuff. There's a very fake-looking Boy Scout or something. I think, is that a good astromech? That might be a decent astromech right there. Some kind of cop. There's a, is that the, it's not the werewolf. Is it the Minotaur or something? I can't remember. Anyway, there you go. I think this one was okay. Not as bad as part 2. Probably not as good as part 1. And part 1 honestly wasn't stellar. So I don't want to say I regret buying this haul, because it's not fair to buy lottery tickets and regret the ones that you lose on and celebrate the ones that you win on, right? It's not fair. You gotta be willing to roll with both. So I'm not going to say it's a regret, but it certainly has not been a huge win, you know, and that's just kind of how we do it. So anyway, there you go. That's part 3, guys. Thanks for being here. Part 4 coming up soon. We'll see you then.